So with a lot of items on the market performing really well and increasing in value, I thought it would be really important to go through a little bit of a history lesson and take a look at some past hypes on the market with different investment items and what led to their demise, causing them to drop in price significant amounts. We're going to be taking a look at various different stickers and other investments which have just completely failed on the market for people. So it's important to sort of look at these failed investments, realize why they failed, so you don't follow a similar trend in the future. I don't think I'd be able to cover investment disasters without talking about the Furia Holo from 2019, one of the most hyped stickers around this time period. A lot of people really enjoy this design, and well, this is where maybe too many people actually like this design. It was liked so much that even though it had a demand amongst the players, that demand was sort of overestimated. This is where we're gonna have to take a look at its lifetime performance. You see, when the Furia Catavita 2019 Holo released, it was selling for over $20 in the market. The sale hit, it was then selling for $8, slowly began to rise up until it then went through its first hype, which was in the 2019 summer, where it did actually peak out at over $60 USD on the market. A lot of people remembered the Furia Holo from last year and decided to go ahead and invest into it before it went ahead and spiked up again. This is where the next summer the hype was successful and spiked up to over $90 USD, hitting a brand new all-time high. But sadly for these investors, what they didn't know at the time is that this would be the last time this sticker would reach a price point like this. I mean, this is where we're really gonna have to expand this lifetime chart, and you will see since summer 2020, this sticker has essentially been coming down since. It went from $90 USD, sort of fell back down throughout the winter, and this is where you can see some investors try to sort of reignite the sticker hype, but at this point in time, most people were just over this Furia Holo from 2019, and that's where this sticker has essentially just been dying ever since. Obviously, we eventually got Stockholm and now Antwerp and then Rio, so this Furia Holo doesn't look like it's going to be rising anytime soon. I mean, it's selling back at the price point which it did when it released at $20 USD, an absolute fail on an investment, especially if you were somebody who got suckered in and bought during one of the hypes. This is an extremely clear example and something which you should definitely be taking note of regardless of what your personal opinions are on a sticker, and how something which may seem like it has insane demand within a community can just slowly start to come down within the next few years, even though it may seem like it's hitting new all-time highs. Especially investments like this which may seem like they have insane demand and will only be going up in price over time, well, reality, they can actually just go down. So make sure if you're ever thinking about maybe selling some of your investments and taking profit, never feel bad to do so, as it's always a smart thing to be taking profit when you have the chance. You really never know when a sticker is going to be picking back up again, or if it ever will, for instance like this Furia Holo. But for some other stickers which were complete failed investments, let's talk about the Shattered Web sticker collection. Across the board for these stickers, they are complete disasters, but we're specifically going to be taking a look at the gold web foil. This is where when this sticker went ahead and released in the operation, it may have actually seemed like a pretty good investment. A lot of people were actually sort of interested in it, sort of started to invest into it. You'll see it was selling at around $4, nearly $5 USD on the market, to where around the first week of July, it began to pick up in price and was getting mass bought. A lot of people were getting into this hype. It just spiked all the way up and started getting sold at over $12 USD. It seemed like a great opportunity at the time, an operation sticker which just kept going up in price, lowering in supply, but what people didn't know is that there was actually a lot more supply than what people thought of. And the reason because of this is it's a little bit more complicated to explain, as a report came out, but what people didn't know about at the time is that it had false calculations, which essentially said that these stickers had a lot less supply than they actually did. So many people started flocking towards these stickers, mass buying them, until what they eventually found out is that, hey, there's a lot more supply than you may think, and well, since then, these stickers have just been coming down in price. They're way below their price point than what they were when they released in the operation, a complete failure of an investment to anybody who got them during the Shattered Web operation and is still holding on to them. So yes, this is a sticker which actually nearly lost 10 times of its value. I mean, it was selling at over $12 to where now the sticker has sales at just around $1 in price, even $1.20, so you could say it has lost exactly 10 times of its value. If you invested $100 into this sticker at the hype, it would only be worth $10 now, which is absolutely insane to think about. Another investing disaster was 2020 RMR, which was essentially the first time ever in major investing, which turned out to be non-profitable. Across the board for this major, all investments have went down in price. I mean, for example, let's just take a look at this Tyloo Gold from RMR, which is selling at $6 at the moment on the market, but you'll see when we check out its lifetime performance, it was selling at over $150 when this sticker released, $160, $154, $149, absolutely insane price points, until RMR just decides to turn into a big slide. It just begins to go down. I mean, $70, $60, $50, $30, $20, $15, $10, and then ever since it has just kept going down in price to where now obviously it's getting sold at around $5 to $6 on the market, losing nearly 20 times its value if you count when it was getting sold at over $100. One of the biggest investment disasters that CSGO has seen. Obviously this hype's a little bit different compared to the other ones we talked about, as instead of the hype taking place some period after the item was released, this sort of took place directly after, so it sort of has just been decreasing since. So let's just move into the next failed investment hype, which took place for CSGO, which is actually one of the oldest hypes which ever took place, and this is the M4A4 Griffin. This hype actually took place back in 2014, as it was right after the Vanguard collection released, as there was a lot of speculation that the M4A4 Griffin was going to go to contraband, very similar to the Howl, because it also had infringing artwork, but this is where Valve decided to, instead for the first time, push it to contraband. They just decided to change the skin. This is where it caused an insane hype at the time and literally has never recovered since, and probably never will when you're taking a look at it. You see that the M4A4 Griffin spiked out at over $155 on the market, which remember this was back in 2014, so a skin selling at $155 in the market was a hefty amount. That was more than most knives and skins at the time. And well, has really just been decreasing in price ever since, to where now it's just getting sold between $15 and $20 on the market. Another investment which, if you bought into the hype, would be losing 10% of the value. An absolute disaster of an investment, and this is where at least now you know for future hypes, if there is any speculation that an item will turn contraband, just remember what happened with the M4A4 Griffin and how it was a complete failure and never recovered. I'd love to hear what your thoughts were on these failed hypes on the market. Were you invested in any of these? Did you maybe luck out and sell early for any of them? Feel free to let me know in the comments down below, and also if you maybe want me to cover other failed investments in the future. Hope you are staying hydrated. Until next time, it's Water, and I'm out. Peace.